Something about my old Kentucky ale and home, or I don't know how the song goes. So give me a home, my old Kentucky ale. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back with another beer review, and here we have Kentucky Ale from Alltech, or Kentucky Ale. This is their stock ale, if you will. This is the beer that started it all. This is the beer that they put into the bourbon barrels, became very popular, and then they've done all kinds of other things in various bourbon barrels and stuff like that. So I've reviewed the bourbon barrel ale, so now it's time to review the non-bourbon version of this ale. So it's just a run-of-the-mill, but it's pretty good. A marriage of traditional English pale ale and Irish red ale styles. So we should get a nice golden color, I'm imagining. I haven't had this beer in a long time. And most of the time when I've had it, it's been at beer fests and things and on draft. And they have a thing, I've got something on my glass. It's on the outside though. So we got a nice golden color, yellow color. I'm very surprised. It said styles, didn't it? Seems to be artificially carbonated. Oh, nice hop aroma. Very interesting too, because it's kind of almost like hints of honey or something. Not really citrusy, not really piney, not, you know, as I put it up my nose. And that is like a smooth English ale. Almost like it has noble hops. It's almost like Hallertau, a little bit of cluster. That would be my guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it tells me on here. But it has a very nice delivery of hops and some malt, but it's very light. So 6% is what Untappd says. I can believe it. This is, you know, nice golden color, kind of a deep golden. But I can see the Irish, there's some malts there that you'd use in an Irish red, and it kind of has that, it's kind of sweet, but a lot of times when people think sweet, they think like candy or sugar or something. But it's just kind of a toned down, very mild, quite fizzy. That's why I think Hallertau is in here. It reminds me of some old beers I used to make years ago with Hallertau, and no Cascade, no really hoppy, piney, just kind of flavorful hops, little hints of floral. Everything's just hinted at, nothing just to smack you around, nothing huge, no big malt build, no real huge malt sweetness of the unfermented sugars. Just kind of nice and smooth, decent beer, drinking beer. Ironically, there's another hop there that I know. I don't know if it's Says. I think there's a noble hop. I think they've used several noble hops in this beer. There is a flavor there that I haven't tasted in a long time. And I know I've used that hop, but I cannot remember which one it is. I'd have to go look through some of my old recipes. But it's a good, when people think of beer and a beery beer, this is kind of it. It has this beer aspect to it, but nothing that's very powerful, nothing that's overwhelming. It's a nice palate cleanser. It would be good with just about any food, even it's really very strong, pungent food, say Indian food or something where there's lots and lots of flavor. This is, instead of some of those lagers that are supposed to be designed to be smooth and kind of cleanse your palate, this is a lot better than your typical lager. It has enough ale characteristics, enough of that I wouldn't say unfinished. It's kind of like the lager beers, they have a newness, you know, the newness wears off. So it's like a new beer, but it's not overpowering. It doesn't have some of those, it has a few of those esters and things you expect from an ale that would kind of disappear with a lager with that cold storage for a while. And it also has a profile of a beer that's going to age with other things well. This is a beer that they could probably, you know, you can add strawberries to this, you could put any kind of berries, you could probably do some kind of citrusy thing with it. And of course they put it in the bourbon barrels where you get the bourbon flavor of vanilla and some hints of oak, and which is very good. So, and Toby's being mischievous over there. Or mischievous, or however you're supposed to say that. So this is what, you know, when I think of a stock ale, this is pretty good. Sam Adams used to, I don't know if they still make their Boston stock ale. That's also another good one. But there's just nothing huge about it. It's very clean, very good, well balanced, very good aroma. I don't know what I gave it. Well, I gave it a 4. No, I've never checked into it. But this is definitely, to me, a 4.5 out of 5 for the type of beer it is. Great style. It does, I think, have some artificial carbonation, which is fine. This, with bottle aged, would be a 5. And I don't know if they have a bottle aged version, because then you'd get a little bit better head retention. You get a little bit smoother, thicker head, and a little more creamy, and that would really make it a good stock ale as a 5. But like I said, you can have any food with this at all. You could even do this with a dessert if you wanted to. It's not really a dessert beer, but it's so smooth and cleaning that it's just going to take, especially with cheeses, anything like that, this thing will go very well with it. So there you go, 4.5 out of 5. They're basically their stock ale, the beer that started all their stuff, and the same one that they put on bourbon barrels, which is excellent beer. And I don't know if they use this as a base for like their pumpkin beers or what the change, but it really feels to me, really tastes to me like they use several noble hops on this one. And you can do that with ales. I mean, you can kind of like a Germanic ale. Usually a German ale would be a little bit more golden, but I do like the blend of styles and flavors. And there's like hints of there's another malt in there. It's not crystal, it's something else. It's not rye either. I really got to get back to home brewing. I've got to find the time because my malt profiles are kind of leaving my brain. So there we go. Anyway, 4 out of 5. Thanks for clicking like, thanks for sharing, thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you think of this beer or any of the other Kentucky ales and which one you want to see. See you later. Bye. Go sit down. I knew the interruption was going to lead to more problems with YouTube. It could have been done.